Hey YouTube, how you doing? Destroyer here, and I'm giving you another in-game build for Heroes of Order and Chaos. And the in-game build I'm bringing you today is Grey Witch, who has the super heals and slows for everybody. I like playing Grey Witch as a support, mainly support. I don't like getting in and getting all the kills as a carry. But I'll kind of go, if you like doing that, more damage with Grey Witch, I'll kind of go over a little bit of a build for that. But my build is mainly support. The skin I have on right now is the tribal skin, which I really like this skin the most. So let's jump right in. The first items I always build, typically, are, Squire's Wisdom. So I'm going to buy 2 of those to make me more survivable in the beginning. And then the next item I buy is a ruby ring and boots of haste. Then I'll go to my magic and I will start building this frost ring right here. So the next item I start building is I'll buy this, which is a bolstering ring, which gives me 2 mana regen per second. Then I'll increase that bolstering ring into an ice diamond, and this gives me 1% regeneration for every 1% I'm messing. This is because Grey Witch uses a lot of mana, so this makes it very beneficial for her in the long run to stay in lane the longer. Now I'll also increase this into a frost ring, which gives me attack damage and reduces my CD by 15%. Very beneficial for Witch. I recommend this also for a couple other characters. This item right now is one of the best items for mages as a mana regeneration item. Okay, so the next item I start building is I typically go in here and the boots, either I'll buy Firewalker boots or chain boots depending on my enemy. So like I said, usually if there's a Seiya or somebody else who has a lot of slows, I go chain boots. If not, I go Firewalker boots, which would be the next thing I complete. Then I go in and if I'm having a lot of trouble with the enemy being attacky or whatnot, I usually buy a Raven's Mail. And then the next item I start building into is this essence. So I'll buy Magic Defense. Then I'll sell this, one of my squires. I'll buy a ruby ring. I'll increase the ruby ring, which gives me extra damage, and to increase into a brawler's. And then I'll increase both of those into this essence. And the reason I get this essence is because it gives me an extra slow plus, magic damage and magic defense. This is a very good rig, but you have to be close enough. It has a distance of 6 meters, which is good because you could hit her ult by this time or another slow and be able to still effectively get this slow off. It's a very good counter. So I usually finish this off, and then I start finishing off my Hades, which I'll typically buy Dragonian's Cloak next, or Dragon's Blood, for the extra HP, and then I'll increase that into a Hades owner. Now, the next item I start building into is a lollipop. So I'll buy a Leviathan, then I'll sell my other squires. I'll buy, this is called the Staff of Vigor. And the Staff of Vigor I really like because it penetrates magic defense, and also gives me magic attack and HP. And then I'll increase the lollipop. And the reason I use the lollipop is because it gives me that extra 10% movement speed, which I love. If you've ever played Witch once, she has a passive that increases all neighborly allies speed by 12%. So with this, it makes her even faster. She's very hard to catch unless you stun her or get a slow. So now the last item I typically build is either a pendant or a Dolvine shield, and you can go either way. But right now I'm probably gonna go with a pendant, and I'll tell you why. Because the purifying pendant. Okay, first off, this is a Ring of Awakening, so I buy the Ring of Awakening first to help me with my mana regen. Then I'll buy a purifying pendant, and the purifying pendant, it gives a heal to one of your allies. So if you have a problem with, that ally getting stunned or silenced by anybody, by a horse or something, you could target your ally and put the purifying pendant on, and it removes that silence. It removes all those debuffs. This is why I like the purifying pendant. Like I said, you could also use the Dolphine shield, which I'll show you what that looks like real quick. And the reason I like the Dolphine shield too, because it also gives a heal, and it gives a heal to all your neighboring allies, and it restores 15% of their max health. Not yours, but theirs, which could be, if you have a Jombra that has 5,000 HP, you just 15% of 5,000. Look at that, 8,900 maybe HP. So this is the typical build I suggest for Grey Witch. Also, I'll have the tablets right after this. I'll have the talents, down in the description like always. Please tell me if this helped you. If it didn't, I'm sorry. But either way, thanks for watching. Hey YouTube, how you doing? I just quickly wanted to go over some tablets that I suggest for Grey Witch. And some of the tablets I suggest are right here. Okay, the first tablet I suggest is always, I like using assistants because, as I said previously, I like using Witch as a support hero. So I'm going to port in, support, user heal, set it off, and give the person extra for the gank. Also, I really like Rage tablet with her, which is this one right here. And this, tablet, every time you slay an enemy or a neutral creature or a creep, this will give you 3% of its health back. I suggest that because, extra healing. She's not that defensive, and that's why I say that. Now, this one I highly suggest because it increases your magical attack by what your defense is. The Tablet Elder is really good for Witch because you're going to have a lot of defensive items that you showed before, like the Hades and stuff like that. So I suggest this tablet. Also, a couple others I suggest. I like using her with Invis every now and then, so I suggest that tablet. Also, I suggest this tablet right here, the Tablet Merciful Words. This just helps her get extra XP and gold. I highly suggest Merciful Words with her. And I also suggest the Tablet of Immortality. And the reason I suggest this is because her heal is so prominent. At level 4, if you don't have any of the healing effects on from a tablet, you do 100 roundabout with Witch, so you could be doing 140 heal every second for 6 times with Witch with that secondary heal. That's why I suggest this tablet. Also, the inscriptions I suggest with her, I know I have cooldown inscriptions right now, but I don't suggest those. I'm running a test with those right now, but I suggest mainly is defense inscriptions or health inscriptions. Also magical pierce through, magical defense, and magical attack inscriptions. That's what I suggest for her. So guys, tell me if this video helped you. If it didn't, like and subscribe below, and thanks for watching. As always, Destroyer out.